she rolled over and said, I hope you don't mind, I don't have a shirt on.
I would love to welcome all the feminists right now to the table, all the Free the Nipple clan to be welcomed at my table to talk about Lucinda and Timothy, because I know they're going to think this is A-OK. Hey, Mars.
A lot of people are standing up for Lucinda.
Mm-hmm.
And guess which stance we're on?
Oh, you know which stance we're on. You know what stance we are. If you've been watching long enough, you know what stance we're on.
I'm going to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If she wants to be, hey, free, let's go,
yeah,
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
My issue is she didn't communicate and asked him if that was okay beforehand. And yes, you need to communicate something like that with anybody. Because if a guy rocked up in bed and rolled over to me and said, hey, love, sorry, but I've taken my jocks off, do you mind?
Yeah, I know.
I would mind.
Yeah, me too.
I would mind.
I would 100% mind, because I know if this is vice versa, all the women would be standing up going, how dare you? Imagine if Collins did this and rolled on top of
That's a point
Natalie.
I wanted to make.
Yeah, if Collins did it to Natalie.
I want to rewind to last season.
Mm-hmm.
Who did we have a go at? Who did the whole of Australia have a go at for pressuring a guy about having sexual intercourse?
Oh, Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa, yeah.
Melissa and Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone had a go at her. She didn't take her top off.
No, she didn't. She didn't actually. No, she didn't.
But she was pressuring him. People didn't like that.
No.
So what's the difference here?
Because everyone likes Lucinda.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Lucinda. Think, oh, she's so free. She's so kind. Yeah, she is. She is so lovely. She is so kind.
Like
we like Lucinda, 100%.
I like her. I have no issue with that.
But she knew. She knew Timothy was not comfortable.
No.
If you know someone's not comfortable, you do not do that.
That was lovely.
And you can tell Timothy is not into Lucinda.
Yeah.
And she's rolling about on top of him
She's
without a top
fine.
on.
Yeah.
Come on. If a guy did this to a girl, it'd be a lawsuit.
Exactly.
It would be a lawsuit.
Exactly.
Honestly, guys, it would be.
Exactly. It's not about her taking her top off.
No.
It's the fact that she did not respect him enough to communicate that beforehand, which she should have done. And you know what? If she's not comfortable with Tim having his top off, same thing.
Yeah. If you don't
if a
comfortable,
guy had
say
his
it.
top off and I wasn't comfortable, I'd be like, no, excuse me, I'm not comfortable with that.
Exactly.
Same thing. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl.
But I know that if we start saying, yes, that's fine to guys, then it's going to start happening to us. And I do not want a guy throwing his junk around me while I'm in bed. There's no way, no how, unless I really like the guy, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody, guy or girl, is allowed to have their boundaries.
Exactly.
No one should be crossing your boundaries. Doesn't matter if you're a guy. Doesn't matter if you're a girl. Okay, this isn't about a political thing. Let's free this, let's free that.
Free the nipple.
If you're not comfortable, if that person's not comfortable, you need to respect that.
100%.
You need to respect that.
I'm really big on boundaries. Like Marzi and I are so big on boundaries, respecting people's boundaries. We all have to. Yeah. Female or male, we all have to respect each other's boundaries. That's where the problem lies.
If Lucinda had this conversation with Timothy beforehand
Yeah.
and said, this is actually a really big thing for me for this, that reason, then that's a different story. But she didn't. She bombarded him. She just expected him to be okay, and that's not
And then he
okay.
retreated.
Yeah.
But forget about the retreating. He felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then not only that, she put it back onto him.
You know, that was a bit rude, Tim.
She said because he had his top off, she should be allowed to have her top off,
Yeah.
which I do think is a fair statement. But again, she did not communicate that beforehand. She just assumed it would
100%.
be okay. And you know, if you weren't comfortable with Timothy having his top off, you should have communicated that with him.
But you knew. You're very smart.
know
You're
he's
very
uncomfortable.
switched on.
Yeah.
You're very in tune with everyone's feelings.
is.
You know he wouldn't have been comfortable with that. So I don't know why
100%.
you did that.
I get
don't
that you're trying
understand.
to push the boundaries. I get that you want to build this relationship, but this isn't the way to do it.
Not at all.
You can't force someone to be attracted to you if they're not.
You feel like I've been pressuring you.
Okay, clear your mind, guys, and I want you to imagine an old-fashioned guy with old-fashioned values, you know, one of those good old-fashioned gentlemen. Now think of this. Golden shower! Jack, come on, Jack. I don't believe a word that Jack says. I really don't. He is not
It is
into
very
Tori.
contradictory,
He is
some
not
of
into
the stuff he
Tori
says.
at all. There's no way you're an old-fashioned guy that likes to take things slow.
Yeah.
But hell, when you do let loose, I like a little bit of a golden shower. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just, I
That's
find
only
that
meant
sick.
for special people.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. He's waiting in line for that. That's what he is. He's holding out for that special gold shower. I just find that disgusting. I don't know how anyone can be turned on by that. I truly don't.
Look, they're milking the whole BDSM fetishes. He's Christian Grey. He's the big bad wolf. She's his little Red Riding Hood.
Yep.
This is the whole storyline they're painting him out to be. So they're really like pushing it. I'm wondering how far this whole storyline's going to go. Like, how far are they going to push this? I don't
I'm
know.
finding it so boring.
Definitely not vanilla when it comes to the bedroom.
I don't really like his personality. I think Tori, she's a very, very pretty girl. But I don't even know where she sits in the storyline either, because the
I'm
fact
curious
that...
how she is, because we obviously, I judged her a little, I feel like, I don't know if I judged her harshly or not, because she came across a certain way at the wedding, which I wasn't really a fan of, but now she seems to be a bit
Very
different.
submissive.
But is that the edit?
Yeah.
Or is that her? I don't know.
I don't think she is submissive, because what we
See, I don't
first
think
caught,
she
the
is
first quarter of
either.
the glance of her, of Tori,
Yeah.
she wasn't submissive at all then.
No.
Now all of a sudden
that's what I
she's
mean.
all
So this
submissive.
doesn't suit to me. It doesn't make
No,
sense.
none of this makes sense at all.
No.
I would love to know your thoughts. I really would. And I would love to know your thoughts, especially on Timothy and Lucinda.
Do you think all boundaries, regardless how big or small it is,
Yeah.
should be respected if you're a man or woman, doesn't matter who you are?
100%.
Because I think it should.
So do I.
I
I
think
really
if we're
do.
going to villainize Melissa last season, why are we praising Lucinda this season?
100%, Mars. 100%.
And
I completely
like
agree.
Lucinda. Not having
Yeah,
a go.
I love Lucinda.
Not
I think
having
she's
a
a
go.
little ray of sunshine, but
No, I
God.
think what she did was inappropriate.
So do I. 100%.